they never made good on that promise. The promise that they were supposed to give us our 40 acres and a mule. Where is that at? I thought they promised that to us. Where is it at? And we still out here waiting on it. And I'm asking you a question. I'm going to make a point. If y'all was together and he's promising you to marry you for the last 50 years and he never did, you gonna stick with this? Hell no. So why the hell we still sticking with America? They ain't gave us what the hell we've been promised 100 years ago.
Prepare slaughter for all his sons and his daughters. Won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father. Bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water. Waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order. Prepare slaughter for all his sons and his daughters. Won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father. Bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water. Waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach.
Juneteenth. We got to keep bringing it back. 1863, Juneteenth. When they let us off the plantation, we thought that that was just some sort of grandiose gesture that was supposed to make up for the hundreds of years that they've been abusing us. And that was just supposed to just let everything be even. Ain't nothing even about that. There's still a debt to be paid. Would you let me kill your mother for $10 million? Would you let me kill your grandmother for $10 million? Well, we should never be okay with all forefathers, men and women, being raped, robbed, and murdered. And then we just gonna go out here and start begging for reparation, because that's all we doing. We begging, and guess what? You ain't never gonna get it. You gonna beg forever. They gun us down in the street unjustly and unlawfully. We go into the streets and we start begging. When are we gonna go and take what's ours instead of asking for it? See what I'm saying? If I kick your shoes, hey, it'll make you think twice about the man that actually got them from you, rather than if I ask for it. It's like, oh well, you know, maybe we can negotiate and get it back. Our land wasn't negotiated and given over. It was taken by force. So the way we're going to get it back is by that same method. Bring your precept up. Bring your precept. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries.
We should never say it to ourselves in our mind and our hearts that we will be as the heathen. But what do we say? Give me Jeremiah 2. Give me Jeremiah 2:21. Or 2:24. We just read it. We should never say we will be as a heathen, right? Never. But what do we turn around and tell ourselves? Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
Hey, brother, I love your shirt, man. I love your shirt. Black fathers are essential. You understand, right? You black or your father's black? You. I'm saying your father's black?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm black.
I understand. Say you're black. I'm saying your father's black. Your forefather's father's black, right? And the reason I'm asking that is because I'm here to let you know that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You see what I'm saying? And we got to understand that. Because if your father was maybe Haitian, right, then you would be from the tribe of Levi. If your father was Caribbean, then you'd be from the tribe of Benjamin. So I just want to accurately tell you what tribe you're from, brother. And you're a part of God's chosen people. We got to recognize that we the people of the book you've been reading your whole life, right? Actual bloodline descendants. Not like, oh, we're going to look at them and say, I like those guys. I'm just going to assume them. No, you're a bloodline descendant from them. You come from those people. You cut from that cloth, which makes you great simply for breathing, brother. You understand that? All right, go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter
24.
God. A wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up the wind.
25.
25.
You got 2:20. Bring it out. Because remember, we just read a scripture that says, we should never say within our heart, we will be like the heathen. But what do we turn around and do? Go ahead.
God. Verse 25. Withhold thy foot from being unshod.
Unshod is covered. Don't walk around barefoot. Go ahead.
God. And thy throat from thirst.
Don't walk around here thirsty, right? When you need shoes, you put them on. When you need drink, you go and get you a drink. But what do we turn around and we do? We don't want none of that. We want to be like who?
God, but thou sayest, there is no hope.
But we say we ain't got no hope, and what happens?
No, for I have loved strangers.
For I have loved strangers, read.
And after them will I go.
And that stranger, again, is that foreigner. We want to go be like the heathen. We want to love the heathen more than we want to love the Most High God. We want to love the heathen more than clothing ourselves and quenching our own thirst. Right? Give me Haggai 1:6. Give me Haggai 1:6. Go ahead.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat.
Read again.
Verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
That's why I said we going to work tomorrow. You're going to sow in much for the week, but you're going to bring in little. You're going to bring in barely enough, if that, to be able to cover your essential necessities to be able to live. And you ain't gonna have nothing left. You barely gonna be able to eat. You barely gonna be able to drink and clothe yourself, right? And God forbid you got kids. You gotta then provide for them. It says you sow much, but you bring in little. I thought the Bible said that you're supposed to reap what you sow. If I put 40 and 80 hours in, I should get paid for 40 and 80 goddamn hours. Read.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
It says we eat, but we don't have enough. Go ahead.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
But the scripture in Jeremiah says, withhold thyself from being thirsty. See what I'm saying? Quench your thirst. That is something that we have a natural born right to do. Why are we not able to fulfill that? It's a problem. Go ahead.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
You put clothes on yourself, but you're not warm. You get full, but it's not enough. You do drink something, but you gotta keep drinking. Your thirst is not quenched. Read.
God. And he that earneth wages, Salakia, and he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes. Because as soon as you get it, it's gone. Right? Money is gone. This is something that we suffering in this place. How long will you be stricken anymore, Israel? How long you want to continue to go down this destructive path for you to never win? But you just sit up here wishing on a star and follow where you are. Why you want to continue to do that, Israel? When we gonna wake up? Let's not be complacent with Juneteenth. This is just the start of it. This is just the beginning, right? There's no more gonna be a day when we're gonna celebrate the day that they let us off of a plantation. The day is gonna come when we're gonna celebrate when the Lord delivers us out of America. Bring it out.
God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
I called, the Lord called, it says, and you refused. He stretched out his hand and no man regarded. He's been telling us for the longest, but we don't never want to answer him. We don't never want to regard the things that he's been telling us for the longest, right? Y'all ever heard that you were Israelite? Right? No? Let me ask you this, what you know about Juneteenth? Why are we celebrating Juneteenth? Why are we out here right now? No? You don't hear me? I'm asking y'all, why are we celebrating Juneteenth? Why are we out here right now? Huh? Because the slaves was free, right? What piece of legislation or what law was passed in 1863 or in 1865 rather when the word made it to Texas, which is the Juneteenth celebration we have? What piece of legislation freed us? Are you familiar? It's called the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Y'all heard that before? You heard it before? What about emancipation? What about the proclaiming of emancipation is freeing people? Are you familiar with what emancipation means? It don't mean nothing about freedom. It means to transfer ownership. When you got a 15, 16-year-old who has an unfit parent and they are able to take care of themselves, you have the ability to be emancipated. How is black people can be double emancipated? I thought we was emancipated in 1865 or in 1863. So we gotta understand the words and how they trick us with this misinformation. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with us coming together and representing and celebrating the first wave of us getting away from oppression and slavery, yeah. But it's only the first wave, right? Because we were micromanaged and controlled on the plantation. Now we have liberties and we have a little bit more freedom. Do you know what the difference between liberty and freedom is? They say freedom is your ability to do what you want to do because someone gave you the ability to do it. They say liberty is the ability to do what you want without outside influence. That's why they say give us liberty. No, wait, here's the thing. That's what they ask for. They ask for liberty, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. They give us freedom. See what I'm saying? Understand the etymology or the study of these words, and they'll never be able to manipulate us this way. It's a problem, right? Go ahead. That's it on that. Give me Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. You got something? Bring it up. 17. So again, when we explain and break things like that to sisters and brothers like you and anybody else out there that has an ear to hear, we've been called to do that. Because there's so much information that we leave on the table, right? That can easily assist and help us to getting further along than what we've been doing in the last 150 years? How have we progressed? How have we done anything better in the last 150 years since they let us off of plantations, right? Like I said, you go over to the African American Museum, they'll give us $35 million to tell us about the same history they've been telling us in the in school for free. See what I'm saying? But they'll tell you they never made good on that promise. The promise that they were supposed to give us our 40 acres and a mule. Where is that at? I thought they promised that to us. Where is it at? And we still out here waiting on it. Sis, this your man? Y'all together? No? It's not like that. I'm asking you a question. I'm going to make a point. If y'all was together and he's promising you to marry you for the last 50 years and he never did, you going to stick with this? Hell no. So why the hell we still sticking with America? They ain't gave us what the hell we been promised 100 years ago. So the problem.